Yo, we gotta talk about Tory Lanez, man. Remember him? The guy who was lighting up the charts with his hits, making waves in the music industry, and had fans all over the world vibing to his tunes. Yeah, that Tory Lanez, he was on top of the world, living the dream that many artists only fantasize about. But as they say, the higher you rise, the harder you fall. Rapper, singer, now inmate number. Well, that's not important. What is important is how quickly things can change. One moment you're on stage, the next you're in a courtroom facing serious charges. It's a stark reminder of how fragile fame can be. What is important is he's doing 10 years, 10 long years behind bars. That's a decade of his life, gone. And for what? A moment of madness, a decision that changed everything. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? Why? He shot Megan Thee Stallion back in 2020. Crazy, right? The incident shocked everyone. Megan, another rising star, found herself in the middle of a media storm. The details were murky, the stories conflicting, but one thing was clear. A gun was fired and Megan was hurt. This whole thing blew up, became a huge deal. The media had a field day, fans were divided, and social media was ablaze with opinions. It was more than just a legal battle. It was a cultural moment, a reflection of the times we live in. He always said he was innocent. In interviews on social media, he maintained his stance. He had his supporters, people who believed in his innocence, who thought he was being framed or misunderstood. But the evidence was there, and it painted a different picture. Didn't matter. Jury found him guilty of assault, having an illegal gun, the whole 9 yards. The trial was intense, emotions ran high, and in the end, the verdict was clear. Guilty on all counts. It was a moment of reckoning, not just for Tory, but for everyone involved. So, off to prison he went. The gates closed behind him, and a new chapter of his life began. A chapter filled with uncertainty, challenges, and a lot of time to reflect on his actions. Now you'd think that'd be the end of it, right? Serve your time, reflect, maybe come out with some fire apology tracks. But life isn't always that simple, especially not in prison, where every day is a struggle, and every moment is a test. Serve your time, reflect, maybe come out with some fire apology tracks. Artists have done it before. Prison can be a place of transformation, a place where you find yourself, where you dig deep and come out stronger. But for Tory, it seems like the challenges are just beginning. Nope, life had other plans for Tory, because just this week things got real, like prison shank real. Reports are coming in about altercations, tensions rising, and the reality of prison life hitting hard. It's a dangerous world, and Tory is right in the middle of it, because just this week things got real, like prison shank real. It's a stark reminder that no matter who you are, once you're behind those bars, you're just another inmate. The fame, the fortune, the fans, none of it matters. It's about survival, day in and day out. And for Tory Lanez, the journey is far from over. Monday morning, California Correctional Institute. Picture it. Sun's barely up, dudes are getting their day started, the usual prison vibe. The air is crisp, and the yard is just beginning to fill with inmates looking to stretch their legs, maybe catch up with some friends, or just get a bit of fresh air before the day's grind begins. The atmosphere is tense but routine, a typical start to another day behind bars. Suddenly, chaos. Tory Lanez is out in the yard, probably getting some fresh air, when, bam! He's attacked. The tranquility of the morning is shattered in an instant. Inmates scatter, some rushing to see what's happening, others trying to get as far away as possible. The yard, once a place of brief respite, turns into a scene of pandemonium. Another inmate, nobody knows who yet, comes at him with a shank. The attack is swift and brutal, catching everyone off guard. The shank, a crude but deadly weapon, glints in the early morning light as it's thrust forward. Lanez tries to defend himself, but the assault is relentless. Yeah, you heard that right, a homemade knife. These makeshift weapons are crafted from whatever materials inmates can get their hands on, often hidden away until moments like this. It's a grim reminder of the constant danger lurking in every corner of the prison. Prison is a different world, folks. It's a straight-up stabbing. The rules of the outside world don't apply here. Inmates live by a different code, one where violence can erupt at any moment, and survival often depends on being prepared for the worst. Guards break it up quick, but the damage is done. They rush in, batons and pepper spray at the ready, trying to restore order. The scene is chaotic, with inmates shouting and pushing, but the guards manage to pull the attacker away and secure the area. Lanez is bleeding, obviously freaking out. He's on the ground, clutching his side, blood seeping through his fingers. The reality of the situation hits hard. This isn't just a fight. It's a life-threatening injury. Ambulance is called, sirens wailing, the whole 9 yards. Medical staff rush in, trying to stabilize Lanez as quickly as possible. The urgency is palpable. Every second counts in getting him the help he needs. This wasn't some little scuffle. This was serious stuff. The aftermath leaves everyone on edge, a stark reminder of the ever-present danger within these walls. The yard, once a place of brief freedom, now feels even more like a cage, where violence can strike at any moment. Lanez gets rushed to the hospital, everyone holding their breath. Is he gonna make it? Turns out, yeah, he's tough, or lucky, or both. Doctors say he's in stable condition. Now, stable in prison terms could mean anything, right? But word on the street is he's gonna be alright. No life-threatening injuries, thank goodness. Still getting stabbed? Not exactly what the doctor ordered. So naturally, everyone wants answers, right? Who did it? Why? Was it personal? Was it gang-related? Was it about Megan Thee Stallion? The suspense is killing us. But the California Department of Corrections? Tight-lipped. They confirmed there was an incident. Someone got stabbed, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to Lanez, radio silence. His lawyer? MIA. Nobody's talking. It's like they all took a vow of silence, prison edition. Section 5. Whispers behind walls. Now, when the authorities go silent, you know what happens? Rumors start swirling faster than a prison riot. Everyone's got a theory. Some say it's about Megan, that someone in there had her back. Others say it's gang stuff, that Lanez got caught in the crossfire. And some folks, they think it's about respect, or lack thereof. Prison hierarchy is a whole other ballgame. The truth? Nobody knows yet. But one thing's for sure. In prison, nobody gets stabbed for no reason. Section 6. Guilty as charged. This chapter dives deep into the complexities and controversies surrounding the case of Tory Lanez. It's a story that has gripped the public's attention, not just because of the high-profile names involved, but because of the layers of drama and legal battles that have unfolded. Look, we can't talk about this without addressing the elephant in the cell block, Tory Lanez's past. His history is riddled with incidents that have kept him in the public eye for all the wrong reasons. From altercations with other artists to run-ins with the law, his past is a tapestry of controversy. This isn't just some random dude who got caught up in something. Tory Lanez is a well-known figure in the music industry, and his actions have had a ripple effect on his career and personal life. The courtroom scenes were intense, filled with emotional testimonies and media frenzy. This is a guy who shot a woman, man. The victim, Megan Thee Stallion, is not just any woman. She's a powerhouse in the music industry. Her career was soaring, and this incident cast a dark shadow over her achievements. The shooting was a shocking act of violence that left everyone stunned. The trial was messy, lots of back and forth, but the jury made their decision. The deliberations were long and arduous, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. The jury had to sift through a mountain of evidence and testimonies to reach their verdict. Assault with a firearm, carrying an illegal gun, the whole shebang. The charges were serious, and the evidence was damning. The prosecution laid out a clear case showing the firearm used in the assault and the illegal nature of its possession. He was sentenced to 10 years, and honestly, that sentence sent shockwaves through the community. It was a moment of reckoning not just for Tory Lanez, but for everyone who had been following the case. The judge's decision was seen as a strong statement against gun violence. A lot of people felt like justice was served. The public reaction was mixed, but many believed that the sentence was fair and just. There were scenes of relief and satisfaction outside the courthouse, with people expressing their support for the verdict. But even with the conviction, the drama didn't stop. The media continued to cover every twist and turn, and social media was ablaze with opinions and debates. The case had become a cultural flashpoint, sparking discussions about justice, celebrity, and accountability. Megan Thee Stallion claimed Lanez was using bloggers and internet trolls to harass her, to discredit her. She spoke out about the online abuse she faced, highlighting the toxic environment that often surrounds high-profile cases. Her bravery in speaking up added another layer to the story. It was like the dude couldn't take responsibility for his actions. Tory Lanez's defiance in the face of overwhelming evidence was baffling to many. His refusal to accept responsibility only fueled the fire, making the situation even more contentious. So yeah, this stabbing, it's got layers, man. The recent incident in prison is just another chapter in this ongoing saga. It raises questions about his behavior and the environment he's in. The story of Tory Lanez is far from over, and it continues to captivate and provoke strong reactions from the public. Section 7, Life Interrupted, but still posting. The craziest part? Just days before the stabbing, Lanez was on social media, hyping up his new album. Can you believe that? Dude's locked up, facing serious time, and he's worried about dropping new music? It just goes to show, some people never change. Or maybe he's just trying to hold on to his career, even if it's hanging by a thread. Either way, it's a wild situation. Section 8. The Internet never sleeps. As you can imagine, the Internet lost its collective mind when news of the stabbing broke. Memes, hot takes, conspiracy theories, you name it, it's out there. Some people are saying Lanez had it coming, karma's a real one. Others are calling for peace, saying violence is never the answer. And then there's the usual crowd, cracking jokes and making light of the situation. It's a mess, but what else is new? The Internet's a wild place, especially when it comes to celebrity drama. Section 9, Justice Inside and Out. So, what happens now? That's the million-dollar question. Will the police find out who stabbed Lanez? Will they face charges? Will this affect his sentence? And what about Megan Thee Stallion? Is she safe? Is Lanez still trying to harass her from behind bars? These are all questions that need answers. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Stay tuned, folks, because things are about to get interesting.